for 2 years now almost, okay? The most difficult part has been finding the right color chenille, okay? Finally got it approved. They're making it custom for us. I was hoping that the timeline, the production process would be done by now, and we would have real letters and stuff that we can start moving forward with. We're really close, okay? But they're not there yet. So, you know, that chenille is in production. All the artwork's done, okay? As far as our varsity athletic awards and everything, the processes are in place. So what you're receiving now is you're receiving your certificate, which you guys, you know, you older guys who have already got some, you know, varsity letters you already have, but you're, you know, getting that as representative of your varsity letter. And then we do have our scholar athlete patches because they didn't require green. So we've got actual scholar athlete patches. Once you get your scholar athlete patch once, like Jaron has his from wrestling, okay, then you get pins, okay? 3.5 to 3.99 silver pin, 4.0 gold pin, okay? So Gooch you'll be getting your gold, your silver pin. And your scholar athlete works from the previous semester. So this is your GPA from fall semester. That's what you're getting, okay? So we'll go over that, and we'll recognize those young men. And then we'll have our Slammies tomorrow. Okay, I don't know if everybody can make the Slammies, so we'll make those announcements as far as you know, who we you know, kind of collectively got together and said, you know, this is our MVP, our most inspirational, and our most improved. Okay, but I'll tell you, as a whole, you know, the whole group, you know, there were moments where everybody was an MVP in some way, shape, or form. Okay, whether it was one play during the year, or whether it was, you know, you were in there every day. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, everybody had an MVP moment, okay, during the season, okay? So I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he's going to start with the little recaps of each young man, and we'll move on.
Can we make fun of him?
Yeah, this time we get to make fun. Not too bad.
First of all, guys, I just wanted to just to say a heartfelt thank you to all the families, moms, dads, brothers, sisters. You know, as a high school coach and coached at all levels, and have, you know, talked to hundreds and hundreds of parents, you know, there's always the question of, well, where do I send my kid? And my answer is always the same. You need to do your due diligence. You need to research the school. You need to research that coach, and then you got to let him go. And then you just got to say, he's yours, and hope that you made the right decision. And most of the time, you know, as parents, you make the right decision. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for putting your faith in me and my staff and Coach Kofer. Because I said it's kind of just a leap of faith, and I hope that we're doing the job that you expect us to. So thank you very much, and to the boys, you know, just thank you for you know, being great teammates, great players, and most of all, just good kids. I mean, I can say this about every one of the kids on our team. They're good human beings, and that's huge. It really is huge. It makes our job a lot easier, waking up and coming to the park knowing that you're dealing with good kids, and that's a testament to you parents and raising these guys. So it's a tough job sometimes, but like I said, it's rewarding in the fact that we know that we have good kids and they're moving in the right direction, and they're going to be good young adults, and then they're going to ultimately be good parents and fathers and husbands and wives. And so we're doing it the right way, and again, so thank you guys all so much. Our first guy is
We'll start with one.
yeah. Our first fella is one of my big guns that I've known forever. Coached him and coached against him since he was little. Well, I don't know if he was ever little, but guy that can kind of do it all, and that's Smiley Zamora. And they couldn't make it tonight. They had a prior engagement, so make sure he gets that. And then this fella, oh my God, this guy drives me bananas. Love him, but he drives me bananas. And how he had a 3.58 is beyond me. A 3.85, yeah, it's Austin. I mean, the guy, he talks more than I do, and I talk a lot. I mean, so that's Austin Martin, and you know, I tell you, Austin had some moments, man. Was it Indian Springs?
Yeah, well, yeah. Everybody had a moment in Indian
Well,
Springs.
I think Indian Springs, I think he was 7 for 8, man. He was on fire. But Austin's got a bright future with us.
Let me say, too, that Coach got to sign these for you, so don't get out of here without having him sign them.
Okay. Zach, you want to sign them?
Okay. He hadn't signed them yet. So.
The fellas that are here. One of my, I got a couple of these guys that just don't talk. It's like they just don't say anything. It's like, I got that. Well, you're not supposed to guess yet. He's one of them. But yeah, I got the guys that won't shut up, but then I got guys that I got to kick in the butt, and I'm like, there's times where I said, hey man, I haven't heard you speak in 2 weeks, man. But this is Nolan, obviously, and what a lot of people don't see is the behind the scenes stuff and the work that these kids put in. And Nolan did get a whole lot of playing time this year, but Nolan always was at practice, always busted his butt, and did a lot of one-on-one stuff with me on the side. So his heart's there, his commitment is there, and hopefully we're gonna get some more playing time by next year. Nolan,
come on, Nolan.
Now the kid ain't talking.
Yep, you shake everybody's hand. That's the way it works.
All right, our next guy, hey, Magellan.
Hey, Caesar.
I first make that.
Wait a second, we get to talk about you first. Come on.
The joke is, it's like here's a fly ball in the outfield, and you flip your hips and you run back and you catch the ball. Well, I got the one guy that does this. He goes. So I yell from the dugout, "Nice route, Magellan!" And the kids are like, "Who's Magellan?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" So that's where that comes from. Another guy that he played some outfield for us, but he can kind of do everything, and it's nice. We got a handful of kids that can do that. His home is probably outfield, even though he has his moments out there where he kind of loses it out there. But he can go get the ball. Hits the cuts, does a great job out there. Can pitch and can play a little bit of infield too. So he's definitely got a bright future. So come on, Caesar. All right, next fella. Don't look, don't turn around. No, I want to talk about you. So he goes by many, many nicknames: Sweet Feet, Big B. You can call him sweetest of all the feet. You can call him pretty much whatever. We had a couple guys on the team that improved like greatly, and he would definitely be one of the guys that I would say, last year he kind of, he totally committed, never misses practice, always there, works his tail off, but he just wasn't a baseball player. He didn't have a lot of baseball experience. But by the end of this year, and Brad and I were talking about this today, he put together some of the best single at-bats of anybody in the entire season. And what I mean by that is, working the count, fouling off pitches, taking a ball that's a borderline pitch, and then finally getting his pitch and ripping. That's what we're trying to teach these guys at the plate, and he was such a fantastic job down the road. Another guy that worked his butt off, did a lot of one-on-one pitchings with me. Unfortunately, he's probably going to be, football's going to be his calling because he's a hell of a football player. But he's always going to have a spot on my team. So come on up, B. I always thought it was Sweet Pea. So there's, we always talk about like catchers, that they're by far the smartest guys on the field as far as baseball goes. Well, maybe not so much this guy. Oh, talking about you. Hey, ka-ching. What's this? That's curveball. Oh my God, not curveball. What'd you say? Oh, I didn't know that you gave first sign and second sign. This was about after 3 games of giving him signs. But this is Face. Obviously, you can see why I call him Face. If you guys remember the old, the A-Team, remember Face and the A-Team, all the parents, yeah. Because he's so damn good looking, and I just don't even like that. But he is, so he got the nickname Face. Another guy that's, and like I say, you're going to hear this a lot, could do a ton of different things. He was our backup catcher this year, but he could play outfield, he could play infield, he can kind of do whatever. Some good at-bats down the stretch. Another guy that's going to have a bright, bright future with us, so come on up, Face. Xander Hernandez, my fault.
Yeah, you don't take it. We keep. You gotta shake hands.
She can.
Because Brad is the best.
The shoes make the law.
Okay, here's the other catcher. The other catcher. Another guy that's like, serious, you gotta twist his arm just to speak. And I made him a captain, figuring he would break out of his shell. Nah, it didn't happen. But absolutely kind of epitomizes what we're looking for in baseball players. He just uber talented. One of the guys that we talked about that has definitely a future in Division I baseball if he chooses to, if he works his tail off. But the talent is there. The talent is crazy, crazy good. Again, one of the captains this year just did a fantastic job for us. And we won't talk about the one class science that we didn't get along with Mr. Rowland for.
Careful, you
got a spy right here.
Relatives here.
Well, then how come you couldn't get that grade up? You got the homeboy hookup. What's going on? Come on up, Zeus.
Zeus.
Thursday nights.
All right. So parents, how many times have you said to your child, because I said so, right? Why? Because I said so, that's why. So we have one player that challenged me all the time. And at first it was kind of annoying. It was just like, look, I've been doing this a long time. You just gotta trust me, just do it, okay? Just trust me and just get it done. But then as I thought about it, I don't think he was challenging me in a way where he was just trying to be a pain in the ass, which kind of came off a little bit. But I think he was just wanting to get better and wanting to know why that we are doing certain things the way we're doing them, even though sometimes they're unconventional. So even though he challenged me all the times, I kind of feel we have a pretty good bond because he would come over to me and he would just kind of stand and he'd put his shoulder on, or his elbow on my shoulder because he's about a foot taller than me. Oh. And then we would talk about what we're doing and why we're doing it. Again, another guy that is crazy talented, hits the damn crap out of the baseball. The only thing I would just ask him is please don't throw behind any more runners because you'll know you're going to make Coach crazy if you continue to do that. But again, that's got a Division I future if he wants it. Come on down, Donnie. Let's go. All right, next guy. So this guy, another guy that played against since, he was never small, but played against him for years and years and years. And about a year and a half, was it 2 years ago, he decided to play a couple tournaments with us, just as a guest player. And he did some things that, you know, playing Division I college baseball is something I'm extremely, extremely proud of because the number of people that actually get that opportunity is minuscule. It really is. And I wasn't the most talented guy, but I worked my tail off and I got the opportunity and I made the most of it. And this guy is kind of just the opposite. He is just like freak talented. So being around baseball all those years, playing in college and playing with guys that are in the pros, and then watching the kids play, this kid just did some things that made me go, freaking kidding me? Like I just couldn't believe that he could do these things. So he made a play, I think it was against the San Antonio team, who had beat us up earlier in the tournament, and then we came back and played him in the championship game. And we're down, I think we're down 1 run, man on second, third, 2 outs, ball gets a little flare between 5-6 hole, and he comes out of shortstop out of nowhere and gets completely horizontal and makes the catch. Saved us, won the tournament. And I'm looking, I wish Zamora was here, because Zamora and I looked at each other like, are you kidding me? So the guy that just makes play after play after play, and he's a total knucklehead and I love him, but as far as just doing things that shouldn't be done on the baseball field, that's Ozzy. Come on down.
Best dressed.
Yeah, best dressed.
Make him chump.
Do you remember what I said to you after that game? Said, if you come to Slam, you'll start 4 years straight.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I would never do that, but yeah, I'm going to hand this one off to Brad, not because I don't have a bazillion things to say about him, but Brad has a special bond with this young man, and it's pretty cool, so I'm going to let Brad handle this one.
All right. This young man, for all of you boys, I hope you guys never ever forget any of them, but I hope you never ever forget what this kid has brought to your team. Hasn't brought a whole lot of doubles in the gap, hasn't brought a whole lot of strikeouts, hasn't brought a whole lot of diving plays in the field, but his selfless attitude, his loyalty, and his overall commitment to you guys without a complaint or worry in the world about what it means to him is something that I hope you guys never ever forget. It's something that me as a coach, I would love to be able to teach you and know it, but I can't even begin to think how I could possibly teach the things that this young man has taught you guys, or at least I hope he's teaching you guys. Hope you guys are learning from him, okay? Because he has been, in my opinion, the most selfless kid that I've ever had the opportunity to coach, and as far as I'm concerned, I'll keep him here for as long as he wants to play for us. He's had I mean, I could get into baseball stuff with him because he's about as good as anybody at taking a pitch off the shoulder, okay, and taking one for the team. Okay, but the things that he brings to the table and the things that he has taught even me go way beyond the game of baseball. And I just hope for you boys that you guys have learned the things that I've learned from him. Because the selfless attitude, the you guys first, that, you know, I'll do this for you guys when it doesn't even matter to him that much. Okay, I'm gonna figure out. Come on. Okay, I guess really all I really want you guys all to know is how lucky you guys are to have the kind of teammate and the kind of individual that Xavier Onsalon is to you. All right, this young man is a transfer. I almost said a recruit, but I don't recruit. I don't use the R word because that's illegal here in Nevada. Right? But he played against us last year, and I mean, we pretty much pounded the ball all over the place last year. The competition wasn't really, stellar, and we run up against Green Valley Christian, and they got this kid, and he's throwing a freaking changeup that our guys can't even see it coming, and they're screwing themselves in the ground. I mean, it was freaky deaky, and I was like, oh my God, that kid's got a fantastic changeup. And then Mr. Kopecki says, oh, you know what? They're good friends of ours. You want to talk to this kid, and maybe he'll come play some summer ball for you. Do you think you'd want him? I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want him, man. He can pitch, he can hit, he can do all this stuff. And I don't want to say he was kind of wasting away over there,
but that school didn't really have a lot of talented ball players, and their coach was a teacher, not really a coach, and so when he came over and played for us was it the fall, right? Fall first. Came over in the fall. I was like, man, I love this kid, man, and it turned out to be a fantastic kid. Even though he's a Golden State fan, we'll let that go, but that's all right. Sharks. People like the Sharks. Nobody likes Draymond Green. So then we talked to Mom and Dad, and they seriously considered, hey, this slam might be a good fit for us. And I was like, please, I would love to have him. And so he was kind of handcuffed a little bit because there were certain games that he wasn't allowed to play per the NIAA, because we kind of had to do things exactly the way they wanted us to, just to make sure we're in good standing with. But if you guys saw any of the games late in the year, man, he was fantastic at third base, diving all over the place, making play after play for us, pounding the ball. And once I got him to listen to us and say, hey, you don't need to pull every ball. You got to start thinking about up the middle and the opposite field. He was a terror, man. It was just fantastic. So come on up, Damien. Good to have you, man. And one of the coolest nicknames.
Swaggy D?
Swaggy D.
That was also self-giving.
All right, this young man, another captain. You don't ever want to say, this is your favorite guy. But this guy is extremely, extremely, extremely special to me. When I met him for the first time, it was just a weird connection. I just got along with him so well. And I knew of him because he played against some of my former players in the Little League Regional, and then he went on to Williamsport and played for Southern California. And I think you guys got smacked up pretty good over there, didn't you? Right? But anyway, then he he finally comes on the field, and not the biggest, not the fastest, but by far the smartest baseball mind of any little kid, 13, 14, 15-year-old that I've ever been around. And the cool thing is like he gets me thinking about the game too. And then I'll talk to his dad. His dad and I have a good relationship, and we shoot the breeze, and we call each other. And he's like, yeah, Luke's out there practicing his wind-up, or he's out there practicing something. He's like always doing something baseball. And it takes that kind of commitment if you want to play at the next level, if you want to play at the level after that, and you want to play in the majors. So if you have that talent and that drive and that smarts up here, anything is possible for this kid. And I can easily say this, he's going to be a 4-year captain for me unless he decides to leave or something goes on, but he better not. So come on up, Luke.
Oh. You ready for tomorrow?
All right, here's the old guys, right? All right, this is the guy I call Jekyll and Hyde, man. Jekyll and Hyde. Everybody knows what Jekyll and Hyde is, right? And I say that in a really, really good way because when he is, who's the good one? Dr. Jekyll? Yeah, when he's Dr. Jekyll, he's unhittable. You can't hit him. Ask Bishop Gorman twice. Bishop Gorman got a hell of a program. They got some serious players over too. And he made him look pedestrian. I mean, he was freaking nasty against those guys. And then every once in a while he'd have a stinky outing, and then we'd have to reel him back in. But another guy that works his tail off, did a lot of one-on-one with him. No doubt he is going to be just an absolute filthy pitcher. We're going to start working on that hitting side of it, and he's a cornerstone. He was one of the first guys I ever met here, right here in this room, and he's fantastic to have around. Come on up, Zach. All right, this guy. Hug her later. All right, this guy is always hurt. He's always stinking hurt. But ask me why he's always hurt. Because he works so dang hard. He's balls to the wall, never stops. I mean, he just busts his butt constantly, whether it's here, baseball, wrestling, or in the classroom. And that's just fantastic. And it's, it's definitely a credit to mom and dad. So you guys are doing an absolute wonderful job with Jaron, because he's doing everything right. And that's hard to say for kids because they're kids. We're going to do some knuckleheaded things and act silly. But the one guy I don't think I ever got to worry about is Jaron. I'm not done talking about you, but I got to get to the baseball side of it. Jaron can kind of do it. He's one of those guys that are smaller in stature, but big pop with the bat, lightning fast. He learned how to push bunt this year, and a lot of you guys saw that. I mean, you can do something like that, you're gonna raise your average 50 points. If you take it from 350 to 400, guess what? Now you got colleges calling, and it's a big, big deal. Plays all kinds of positions for us. We didn't have him catch this year because he's banged up a little bit. He caught last year, plays some outfield. I mean, the first, how many games you played in the outfield, he could barely pick his arm up, but he says, "Coach, I'll go. I can throw it. I get it to the cutoff." That's just, and that's what we needed because we were hurting in the outfield at the very beginning, and Gooch answered the bell. Can I say what he's going to win tomorrow or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go over all this.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
So,
go over all this.
again, truly inspirational. Come on down, Gooch.
And we go.
All right. Who's left? Are we done? Yeah, we're done.
All right, guys.
Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. So, I think Coach Kofer put it best. When this guy's on the mound, most likely we're going to win. It's just that blanket statement. When he's on the mound, I feel we're going to win. I don't care who we're playing. Varsity, JV, doesn't matter. Cleveland Indians, don't matter. If he's on the mound, we have such a good chance of winning. The great thing, and we talked about how some of these kids just work hard and keep at it. What do you think? What kind of a pitcher were you last year? Average? Average, good, maybe good. This year he went from good to stinking dominant. Dominant. 4 pitches, can throw them all for strikes, control, command, attitude on the mound. That's what college coaches are looking for. And there is no doubt that one's going to play college baseball. Guaranteed. If I got to call 1,000 coaches, I'll find some place for him to play baseball. It was so nice to lean on him. We were going through that little, 4 or 5 game losing streak where we just kind of stunk it a little bit and caught some bad breaks. The great thing is you knew you had Kopecky ready to go, and that streak was going to end. So just absolutely dominant on the mound. Great kid. Love being around him. Hard worker. If you can kind of make that jump again from good to dominant to whatever you could be next year, could be really, really fun to watch, guys. Come on up, Anthony. All right, and then just one. There would be 2, but he's not here. But I just want to publicly thank the guys to my right. Coach Kofer, when I first met him, and I know I've told this story, you might have heard it. We're sitting down at, not Starbucks, what's the other joint? No, where you get the sandwiches where we first met. Panera Bread. There you go. And we start talking, and I'm like, you know what? This is a guy that, because he's like, look, I'm going to be super busy. I need a guy I can trust just to go do it. Just here, it's yours. Go do it. And I'm like, man, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Because kind of where I came from, it was like that, just hanging over breathing down your neck. It was just like, yeah, get away from it. Can't coach like that. You got to have somebody that trusts you and that just lets you go. lets you make mistakes, because I know by far I'm not a perfect coach, and I made a ton of mistakes. And we talk about stuff like that, but he trusts me. And he gave me the job, and he said, go do it. So I just want to say thank you to Coach Kofer for that. And then last year, Coach Kofer's like, well, how are you on assistant coach? And I said, no, I got some guys, but I don't know if they're willing to leave where they were, or this person and that person. He goes, well, I got somebody for you. He goes, I got a friend of mine. I've known this kid like his entire life. Just got done playing college baseball. You're gonna love him. Super, super enthusiastic, to say the very least. But it's such a relief to know that I have Brad always there for me at the school. How many times I call you during the school day? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you pick up that? Hey, what's his name at school? Hey, get him to do this. Make sure he gets that assignment turned in. So I lean on him greatly. Times where I can't be there, or something's going on, or if I'm out of town, I have absolutely no problem. I have all the faith in the world. Say, Brad, go. It's yours. So this guy, big thank you to Brad, and as well Mo, who's not here. Brad's been here since day one with us, and and there's no doubt when it's my time to hang it up that that guy's probably going to come right in if he's not coaching in college or something before that, but he's definitely got a big future in coaching. So thank you, Brad.
Fungo hitter right there.
Second best fungo hitter. I ain't retired yet.
All right, so I'm going to recognize really what to me, it makes my life a lot easier. That's our Scholar Athlete Awards. Okay, and I know especially Brad and Mo did a heck of a job. It's always a shock, when all of a sudden you're a freshman and middle school, you get by a freshman. Now all of a sudden there's requirements. Oh, there's a requirement. I don't get to play if I don't do that. Yeah, there's a requirement. You're here as a student athlete, not just as an athlete. Okay, and this is what really gets me fired up. When we don't have to sit up on our computers and run down Infinite Campus and see what's missing. We get young men who just accept the responsibility, and all of them can. All of them are capable. Some of them take a little bit more motivating than others, and we're on our way there. We're on our way, okay? But these guys are the ones I don't even have to look at him. I know I don't even have to go there, okay? So this is what we strive for. And this is something I would say, we're not eligible to win a state championship on the field, but we are eligible to win an academic state championship, okay? So that might be something we might want to strive for, because we have, a 15 here. We've got a third of our students right now that are scholar athletes in this school, and I know it's not easy. Okay, the first young man I'll point out, and like we said, it was a little bit of a surprise to us, but he turned it around from last year. So there's evidence that it can be done, and that's Austin Martin. And 3.857, Austin Martin, scholar athlete. Okay, so he gets his patch and his certificate. This next young man, just as good as he is on the field, he's better. He's even better in the classroom. I have him in my class, and so I know what I'm talking about. He's a testament to the game, and he's a testament to the classroom. Where's my notes go? There they are. Again, with a 3.857, John Lukapi. I'll tell a quick little story about this, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know that he liked me very much, maybe. I don't know. It's, I asked him one day, I remember he's a heck of a ball player, and I asked him one day, I go, does anybody call you Donnie? And he's like, no. Nobody called, and he was adamant. Okay, nobody calls me Donnie, coach. Like, do not call me Donnie. Okay, well, I just can't help myself, and I call the kid Donnie. Okay, and I think I'm the only one who does. Okay, so it started to stick. Okay, so it started to stick. I mean, hey, why wouldn't you want to be named after somebody that's called Donnie Baseballs? I mean, come on. All right, but again, a quality individual inside and outside of the classroom, and definitely on the baseball field, Donovan Escobar. 3.714. 3.714. This young man. Okay. Again, accolades for this young man. Made some really some of the most spectacular plays in the field that we had this year. And really, I mean, that Pahrump game was kind of hanging in the balance. You know, they were starting to get a little momentum, and a ball to his right, and I mean, horizontal catch, game over. They just kind of, oh my gosh, we got no chance if the kid's going to go do that. Okay, so with a 3.857, Jerry Yamaguchi. Are you questioning the GPA?
I don't know when I did that.
It was last semester.
I've been playing.
The play against Pahrump?
Yeah, I don't
Well, you did so well, you forgot about it. He gets a pin because he already got his patch. He already got his patch from wrestling. So not only two-sport scholar athlete right there. And then just as we were talking about, dominant on the mound. You know, he's dominant in the classroom. And I want to give kudos to this young man because I sat there and watched him, you know, in my office, you know, work with another one of our players that was, you know, kind of struggling a little bit, you know, and trying to get him motivated and be a leader and say, come on, you know, this is how you do it, you know, let's help you out. And, you know, it took that young man a little bit of time, but that young man, you know, finally got around to getting back on the field. But Anthony with a 3.857 again, okay, scholar athlete. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Brad's got to peel out, so he's gonna say a few words here real quick, and I'm gonna wrap up.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I got to get to work here in a few. I'm actually probably going to be late to live. First off, to the parents, a huge thank you. They already knocked out the thank yous for getting them to practices and games and all that kind of stuff. But for me, being a 23-year-old young man, still learning a lot myself, I appreciate it a ton how much trust you guys have put in me, just you guys allowing me to even be a part of this. I don't know a whole lot about the other high schools and stuff, but I can't imagine there's a whole lot of 22-year-old, 23-year-old guys that get to spend as much time and get to have as much of an impact as I'm lucky enough to have on these kids. So I thank you guys a ton for even letting me do it, I guess. To the boys, I thank you guys more than you guys even know. Because to be a 23-year-old dude and have a bunch of 15-year-olds be at the very top of my list of priorities, I consider myself pretty blessed to have all you guys get to call me coach. One of the things I got thinking about during this banquet is that it's really awesome that we don't have any seniors. Because it would bum me out if this was the last night that I had with these kids. And the fact that we have this banquet and I've got 2 or 3 more years with this group is something I'm extremely thankful for. Boys, I think I've mentioned this to you before, and hopefully you know this. There's not one in you that I'll ever forget. Our team last year was a little bit different. It was the first team, but it wasn't quite the same. This to me is really the beginning and the foundation of what I think this school is going to end up being and what this program is going to end up being. You guys, this group that's here right now and the few that aren't here right now, I'll never forget. I never will. I plan on doing this for a really, really, really long time. To be honest with you, my end goal is high school. I don't really, he said something about college. I don't even really want college because I think that youth baseball coaches and teachers, and I think it's the most important job in the world. Because if you think about it, I've got a chance to impact the lives of 15 young men, 15 to 20 or however it is, through something that they all love, and that's baseball. And I happen to love it a ton too. So I plan on coaching a whole lot of high school baseball teams long after you guys are in high school. But I'll never forget a single one. I just really won't. Okay? I might forget a kid here or there eventually, but this particular group will always stick. And I hope you guys never forget that. I hope you guys don't ever forget that for the rest of the time with me. Okay, when I get on you or I get mad at you and you think, wow, this guy must hate me. Okay, just know that I love each and every one of you, probably more than you'll ever know. And when you guys are long gone out of high school, you guys will know where to find me. I'll probably be sitting right here doing a banquet for the next team. Okay, if you guys want to come coach, sure, I'll take anyone in. Okay, but I thank you guys a lot for the impact that not only that you guys have had on me. I've had times where I kind of have leaned on you guys a little bit, and more than you probably even know. And so I appreciate each and every one of you for being the kind of kids you are. And parents, thanks for making the kind of kids you are. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Brad.
I was looking at your eyes. It's all but everyone that's watching is crying.
Nick Carroll. Yeah. He's Spider-Man.
Okay. Good job. Anyway, Brad. All right, so Chris, I appreciate the kind words. Okay, and I want to say something here too. I know there's always bumps in the road, whether it's as an athletic director, as a coach, as a family. Okay, everybody's in a family that's here. It's not always hunky dory. It's not always roses. Okay, I mean, if I were to walk up to you and I were to say, "Hey, I got a job. I got a job for you." Great. Okay. I got you. I got this baseball job for you. Great. Okay. But you got no field. What? I got no field? No, you got no field. Okay. You got no equipment. What? I got no equipment. Okay. You got no bus. What? I got no bus. You're not going to be able to play for a state championship for what? Why are we here? Okay, you're not going to have any upperclassmen. What? Okay, we were going to have to build our own schedule. Wait, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. Okay? That would have been very easy. Very easy. Okay? And that's what I get a lot when, people call and say, "Hey, I've heard you guys, you got this soccer program, you got this basketball program, you got this whatever." Yeah, well, what kind of practice times you get? Well, you got to practice at 8 at night because I got middle school basketball in the gym from 4 to 7. Well, how do I get to all the kids got to get themselves to the games. Okay, I could go on and on and on. Okay, what I'm trying to get at is it ain't easy. All right, it's not easy. And to top that off, the guy says, "Well, you know what? What am I going to get paid? I mean, I don't expect you're not going to get paid anything. Okay, I can't pay you anything yet. Okay, what are you going to do then?" Okay, most people are going to turn around and walk out the door and say, "Thank you very little." All right. We got a guy here who stood up and said, "You know what? I'll do it. I'll stick my foot in the ground. I'll plant a stake. I'll say, hey, this is mine. I'll do that." Okay? So I think that's something to be thankful for. You know, the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Okay? And we did a lot of watering this year, and I was very, very thankful for that. I was very proud of that. Okay? We went through some rough times. We got rid, you know, we had to deal with some things that we finally figured out. Some people didn't have the same vision. You know, some people didn't have the same goals. Okay? The same desire, you know, to gut it out. Say, yeah, you know what? I'll bite the bullet. I did something wrong. Okay? We went through that early. Had some kids who maybe, you know, got a little sideways. Okay? Did something wrong. Okay? They were willing to step up, pay the price. You know what? I'm willing to do this. Okay? I want to be a part of this. I'll build those bonds back. Okay? You know, we had some people who weren't willing to do it. Okay? And I think we're better off for it. I think we're better off for it as a program. I think we're better off for it as a school. Okay? What we represent when we show up somewhere. You know, watching this group of young men walk in and say, hey, I'm all in with this group. And it's not about me. Okay? So I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. And I applaud you for that. Okay? I know it's not easy. And I know we don't always see eye to eye. Okay? And I definitely know that, you know, nobody always sees eye to eye. But in the end, it's about those guys at the table. Okay? What are they getting out of it? What are they learning out of it? And we got a lot to learn. I learn something every day. I learn stuff every day. Okay? And I hope I never stop learning, because when I stop learning, you can stick me 6 feet in the ground. I'll be done. Okay? So I just wanted to say that. And I do want to give a little update, because we have positive things happening here almost on a daily basis. Okay? So today I received news, okay, that we now have an NCAA PIN number. Okay? And very quickly we are going to be recognized by the NCAA, and our kids will be able to start being recruited officially. Not that they couldn't be recruited before, but it would be kind of an unofficial deal. Okay? It's coming at the right time. Kids right now at the end of their 10th grade year, next year is really when they're going to start getting looked at. Okay, so it's coming at the right time. Okay, we still got to go through some requirements as far as sending our course schedules to the NCAA and getting all that approved. Okay, but right now they've put us in the system. We've got a number. They can look for us and say, hey, that's a school. They have students going to class there. They're educating kids. Here's the class schedules that they're taking. Okay, so forth and so on. So that's a leap forward. That's a weight. I know it's a weight off of my shoulders to be able to tell parents and students, hey, yeah, it's happening. Okay, and I hope it's a weight off the parents' shoulders, you know, who might have been thinking something else. Okay, but I got that word today from Rosalie. She's been putting a lot of work into that. Okay, so you guys ought to thank her for that. So I know, Rosalie, you've been putting a lot of work in with the NCAA. I'd like to play college athletics, and believe me, I'm not sweating anymore. I feel great. Tell me what I got to do. Okay, so that's a huge positive. Okay, another huge positive, if everybody doesn't know, we'll be, like I said, we'll be starting construction off the back here, off the gym. Okay, wrestling room, weight room, locker rooms, all that type of stuff. That'll be going through the end of the school year here and into the summer, and even into next year a little bit. So it'll be a little bit hectic early in the year next year. Okay, and then you know, we've got some bigger plans that I really can't expose right now because they're still in the very infantile stages of getting put into place. But there's some bigger plans for that as far as facilities and buildings and whatnot. So you guys should be proud of yourselves that you're, like I said, putting a foot and a stake in the ground and saying, you know what, I'm here. I'm proud to be a Slam Bull. Okay, and I'm gonna stick it out. Okay, I think we can do a lot of good things for next year. I really would like to get us on the road to a tournament out of state. Okay, I don't know where it would be, whether it be all the way over. I talked to a gentleman, one of the head gentlemen from Slams yesterday about maybe going to San Antonio. San Antonio Slam they bought a complete high school, so they've got a beautiful football facility, baseball facility, everything. Okay, but they don't really have teams yet. So, you know, maybe we can get some teams to go to San Antonio and have a Slam tournament in San Antonio. So there's some things in the works that I think are going to be fun and positive, and you guys deserve it. You deserve it, okay, with the effort and work that you put in. We had one of the most aggressive JV schedules in the city, if not the most aggressive. We had some signature wins. Like Coach Chris pointed out, Bishop Gorman, Desert Oasis. We beat up on some varsity teams, okay? So you guys should be really proud of yourselves, and I know your parents are proud of you, okay? So I've droned on long enough. I thank you for coming, and if anybody has any questions, we do have the athletics meeting on Monday night, if you want to just show up for that. But I think everybody here that's already in, I don't know how much of a priority it is. That's kind of more for the new people, okay? But if you have a question about Register My Athlete or any things that we went over, you're welcome to pop in on that meeting. But like I said, that Monday night sports information meeting is mainly for people who are kind of out of the loop, who haven't been around, okay? I think we're all done and all wrapped up.